Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Filling in for Artie, starting the show. It's Jared here. So, Artie's at a T-ball game with his son, Liam, so hope his team wins. And if Artie gets done on time, he'll be able to call into the show. So, we have a super awesome show tonight. We have, of course, I'll start off about Deep South Speedway and Tri-County Speedway. And then we have the Terry and Amanda show from Jackson Motor Speedway. And then we have Sarah Fletcher with Jackson Motor Kart Speedway. And, of course, the Jay Dillon show at 7:45 to 8 p.m. And then we have another guest that's going to come on after Jay Dillon, and that is the owner of Hattiesburg Speedway, Mr. Donald Parker. So it's pretty cool to have Mr. Donald on and all these other guests. So y'all share to your pages, share to your tracks pages, share to your groups, wherever you need to share it to get your fans to listen. Because your fans do not know to listen if you do not share and let them know to listen to the podcast so they can hear about your races. So let's get this awesome episode of Talking Dirt started. So I'm so glad that Artie started the show Talking Dirt years ago, and now it's a podcast. So Talking Dirt is where it's at. So everybody share. Let's get this started. So we have Tri-County Speedway and Deep South Speedway is racing this weekend. For whatever reason, last weekend Deep South Speedway was not scheduled to race, so they're scheduled this weekend. So it looks like both tracks will be racing on top of each other. And Deep South Speedway has added the 602s to the schedule this weekend. So I will be there. I've got a car show early that morning in Frisco City. Hope I win a trophy. And after that, I'm going to Deep South Speedway. So, yeah, 602s on schedule. They have, let me go to Deep South Facebook to make sure what all classes are running. And then I'll also update with Tri-County Speedway's information too. And let's see. Let's go here to Speedway Loxley, Alabama. Okay. Pretty cool. Look at their schedule. Dude, I can't even read that schedule. My goodness. It's hard to read. Okay, let's see. April 23rd, they got mods, street stocks, factory stocks, pure stocks, 604 late models, and then they just added the 602s. So drivers, bring your 602 cars. We want to have a full field. If y'all want to race Deep South Speedway more, and you want your cars on the schedule more, you got to show up and show out. Let's get a ton of 602s. It's going to be awesome. They had several 602s say they were committed to come race so they added them to the schedule, so that's pretty cool. And for those that haven't seen, the Forever 51 race has changed. I have not heard why. They didn't say why. It just says, attention, Forever 51 race update. The original scheduled date for this race is May the 5th, 6th, and 7th. We have to reschedule this to a later date, and that will be May 19th, 20th, and 21st. Sorry for the inconvenience. Pure/factory stock challenge, 5,100 to win. 604 late models, 1,500 to win. Open wheel modified, 1,500 to win. Street stocks, 1,500 to win. Bombers, 600 to win. Stingers, 450 to win. Huge payout. So get your cars ready. May the 19th, 20th, and 21st, 3 nights. It's the biggest race of the year, Deep South Speedway, the Forever 51 race, where they pay tribute to the former number 51 driver, Chandler Shaw. And Bo Schley will probably be piloting Chandler Shaw's car again this year. I have not heard, but he has the last 2 years, and he's won it 2 years in a row. So let's see if somebody can unseat Bo Schley from the top spot. And let's see. And then May 7th race will turn into a regular night of racing. Okay. Details and classes running that night will be updated this week also. So, and then this weekend's races, let's see, Final Dirt Track Racing Deep South Speedway will have Lively Auto Parts, Pure Stocks, and a 316 Construction Bombers on tap with the high horsepower, open wheel modified. It's on the finest drivers, Crate Racing USA, Street Stocks, and then the 604 late models and factory stock divisions. Let's see, gates open at 4:30, hot lap 6, racing at 7, and check out the new Deep South Speedway website at deepsouthspeedway.org. Awesome website. You can find it pretty easy. And let's see. Let's go through here. Now let's go to Tri-County Speedway. And I'll be at Deep South this weekend, of course, and I'll be advertising the Race Safe for Fuel Arrestor for fuel safety in your race car. So if you're interested in buying one, hit me up. Look at the display I'll have at the racetrack this weekend. Safety should be number one in racing. But sadly, it's not with a lot of people, a lot of drivers. They skip on safety. They think horsepower, or they think, well, I need to add this and that. I think safety should be number one in everything, from gloves to fuel safety to extra support in your car, like your frame and everything, make it stronger. Helmets. A lot of times drivers don't wear gloves. It's like, well, if your hand gets burnt, then you're going to wish you'd have had gloves. And just so many different things. You have to put safety as number one in racing, in my opinion. And let's see. This weekend at Tri-County Speedway, join us for another night of great racing in the following classes: 604 late models, 602 and late models, and the new Iron Horse late models, which are cool. Street stocks, pure stocks, bombers, slingshots, and stingers. And let's see, pits open at 3. $25 pit pad, hardly to $20. That's where you're going to pay $25. That's why some people love Tri-County Speedway. And let's see, $15 for tickets. Grandstands open at 5. $10 for 11 and up. $5 for 8 to 6 to 10. And it's going to be a good weekend of racing. You'll be able to see my friend David Kranick at Impact Zone Photos. So hit Mr. David up for any photos this weekend. And check out the pit concession stand. Now, what other racetrack can you go to and you go in there and you sit down and eat and watch the race in an air-conditioned building? That is rated R for redneck. That is the Cadillac of pit concessions. I mean, it'd be cool if all tracks started doing something like that, You can sit down in the air conditioning and watch the race and eat. How cool is that? And it already brought up a good point that they have the funnel cakes up there. And they have different flavors. And if you remember, a few weeks ago, Isaiah was on the show, and he talked about the different flavors of funnel cakes they have. And oh my goodness, I'm not gonna lie, that looks like it's so good and make you slap your grandma, your auntie, and your cousins. If it tastes that good, my goodness, I'm gonna slapping spree. And so they got good food, cheap prices, probably the cheapest prices on food at any racetrack you go to. Like $6 for chicken tenders and French fries. You know, a lot of tracks you go to is $7 or higher for the same thing, and there, you know, some tracks you go to, the food's overcooked, but Tri-County Speedway, they got great food, so go support the Days this weekend. And so they should have a lot of good racing this weekend. Now, the new Iron Horse late model class, I can't wait till my buddy Jamie gets his car ready. And Isaiah talked about it, I've talked about it. It's basically, you know, the 602s have gotten expensive and outrageous, and so this class, since the 602s have got out of hand as far as price-wise for the little guy, the Iron Horse late model is just the perfect class for somebody who can't afford because 602s used to be, you know, $3,000. Now you're looking at $6,000 plus for a 602 motor, which is ridiculous, you know. And then it's basically the same kind of car as the 604 or 602, but the shocks are different. It's an Iron Horse steelhead late model engine, or just steelhead motor, I should say. You know, like a 350 or something like that, you know. It's just an economical class. So, yeah, it's super cool. And looks like we got Artie has joined. So, what it do, my brother? And so, yeah, that Iron Horse late model class is starting to take off. Had Chuck Day come out of retirement to race against the flagman, which is his son, Joshua Day. That was super cool to see. They had two cars. Once my buddy Jamie gets his, there'll be three. There's at least 10 cars that are being built right now, from my understanding, that are getting ready for this class. It's economical. You know, anybody can race it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And so, just come on out, support both your tracks this weekend, Tri-County and Deep South, whichever one you go to. Have a good night of racing. Support your local drivers. And if you see me out at Deep South this weekend, say hi. I'll hopefully be getting some pictures. And also, our shirts are in. Artie can tell you about the shirts. We got them in. We want to thank all the sponsors, all the tracks that sponsored us, and all the businesses. And join us for $4.99 a month. It's super cheap and affordable. If you join us for $4.99 a month, you get an invite, or you get in the supporters group. And when you get in the supporters group, you get to see all the videos that Artie has from all the races he films. And then if I get to film any videos, they will be in there too. So you can't beat that with a stick. $4.99 a month. It helps us to buy camera equipment, all kind of stuff. Artie's, like he mentioned last week, he's getting a video camera. He's used them, but it's going to help us film races. We want to get professional videos. And we want to get it to where we do this full time. It would be so cool if we could do this full time. And if you have a business and you want to sponsor us or sponsor our show, Talking Dirt, let us know. And Artie can read you all the sponsors for the shirts that we did. So, yeah, y'all please support us. And I just hope that all y'all mighty fine folks have a good weekend of racing. And remember, rated R for racing, rated R for redneck. Support your local tracks. If you want to get your yee on, go to your dirt tracks, see mud fly, because ain't nothing more redneck than watching a car sling mud around a racetrack, or dust, whatever the case may be. So, and find you a good church to go to this weekend. And so, and remember, God loves you, Jesus saves, and I'm going to turn it over to our next guest, or either Artie just joined. So let me go in here. All righty, let's see who is next. Let's see. All right, 61.
Hey, what is up? Jared, thank you for holding me down here in the first 15 minutes. My son had a game. It just ended about 5 minutes ago. I told him goodbye and all that good stuff. So we are live now on the podcast. I'm driving home at the moment, but looks like you had it on lockdown here. I appreciate that, Jared.
No problem. So, all right, so I guess Terry and Amanda.
Yes, and then we're going to have two of them coming in on the next one, too, Sarah and Robert. I don't have Robert's last four, but we got the TNA show right here. Terry and Amanda, put them on, and let's get talking about Jackson Motor Speedway this weekend, y'all. Jackson is running. They're running their regular classes, and we are definitely going to be in the house on Saturday night in Jackson, actually in Byram, Mississippi. So tell us about what's going on over there. Are they in yet?
Hey, Artie, I think this is Sarah. I don't know. I think I'm 8363. Amanda's 1241.
Okay. All right. So we got a 3181.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Terry. What's up? Hey, I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey, Artie.
We got the show together at the last minute, and then I didn't give him the numbers list. So I apologize for the confusion. What is up, Terry? Tell us what's going on at Jackson Motor Speedway this weekend.
Brother, we are getting hyped up. We're getting super excited about this weekend. This weekend, of course, we're going to have the fan appreciation. It costs only $1 for general admission. $1. Where can you go and see a show of racing for $1? You can't even go to the movies for $1. You can't even go buy a Coke for $1. I mean, come on. We are super excited.
It's a deal. $1 to get in to go see 3, 4, 5+ hours of racing. You cannot pass that up, people.
No, absolutely. And it's going to be an awesome weekend. Of course, we're going to have the 604s, the 602 sportsmen, the street stocks, factory stocks, hot shots, and the modifieds this weekend. We've got 6 shows this weekend. Of course, also we've got a bounty on Zach Owen's head for $500. He's won the last 3 602 races at Jackson Motor Speedway. There's a bounty on James Bradshaw of $300. He's won the last 3 street stock races at Jackson Motor Speedway. And also Steve Gilmore in the Hot Shot. He's won the last 3 Hot Shot races at Jackson Motor Speedway. So there's a $300 bounty on his head as well. So we got 3 drivers that's got bounties on them this weekend. And I want to know who's going to show up and take that money from them.
That's what I'm wondering, too.
Dude,
I'm ready.
We are excited. Amanda and some of the guys has been at the track all day long, cutting grass, getting ready. This is going to be awesome, man. I am so stoked about how big this thing's going to blow up this weekend.
No doubt. And the Modifieds is going to be in the house, correct?
And the Modifieds is going to be here as well, yes. I'm hoping we've got a good show on the Modifieds. I need all my modified guys to show up this Saturday night.
Definitely. I want to see 20 mods show up at the track.
Yes. And Artie, I just got confirmation from Amanda. I know Amanda's not here, so we got the T show tonight. She says we're going to try again next weekend for the T and A show. But I just got confirmation from Amanda about 30 minutes ago. They are going to have smoked pork butts on hand this weekend. There's a limit on them. So if you want some smoked pork butt this weekend, you better show up early.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to leave the house a little early this time so I can get there and get the good stuff.
'Cause when they gone, they're gone.
That's it. Don't become. All right, so this weekend racing starts at 7:00, correct?
7:00, yes.
7:00.
Pit gates will open.
How's that work?
No, pit gates are going to open at 4. General admission is going to open at 5. We're going to go ahead and get the track rolled in probably about 6:30. We'll have the drivers meeting around 6:45, 6:50. And 7:00, we're ready to go racing for hot laps.
So, let me just get this straight. $1 to get in, general admission at Jackson Motor Speedway this Saturday night. You've got to get there early so you can get a chair because this place is going to be wall to wall with people. $1 to get in, like you said earlier, you cannot buy anything for $1 anymore. And for only $1, get in over there, and they'd be rocking and rolling for sure.
Artie, you can't even go to the Dollar Tree no more. You know, the Dollar Tree's not even $1 anymore. It's $1.25 now.
Correct. And that's $1 even. That's no tax.
That's right. $1 even for this weekend.
It's mind blowing.
I'm telling you, man.
It's just mind blowing to me that you could do something for $1. You could bring a family of 4 for $4. Where can you get entertainment like that at for $4?
Right. I've been hyping myself up all day for this. I'm so flipping excited about this weekend.
Oh, it's going to be off the chain.
It is.
I am ready. I will be there Saturday, no doubt.
You better get here early because she ain't got so much pork.
I know. I got to get there early, get me some pork butts, and chow down. I'm ready. I was thinking about it today, all day today. Like I'm ready to go get the weekend started. We got racing tomorrow. We got racing Saturday, and we got racing on Sunday. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But it's a big weekend of racing down here in the South, and I'm excited. I'm going to be on the road from Friday all the way up until Sunday night when I get back to the house.
Right.
It's going to be a great weekend, so I'm ready.
And this weekend's fan appreciation is for Blair E. Batson. I do want to put that in there. It's for Blair E. Batson's Children's Hospital.
All right, so how did I wanted to ask you if you know anything about this, but but Tuesday, how did it go Tuesday with the parade? How many cars showed up, and how did that go?
All right. Well, that has been postponed. I'm waiting on Amanda to get the rest of the details worked out on that, so we can let everybody know on it. But the car parade was postponed, and I do not know the reason why it was postponed. I just know that it was postponed until a later date, and I'm waiting on the information for that.
Definitely. All right, that sounds good. I was wondering if it took place. I didn't see no pictures, so I was kind of like I wasn't sure what was going on with that. But as soon as you get that, let's get that information out, and we'll make a flyer for it this time around, and we'll post it all over the place. So we'll post a flyer up on the Southern Dirt Track Report as soon as you get me that information, and we'll get that rolling. I love to see 30 cars show up for that. That would be awesome for those kids. Those kids are they would love that 150%. So, anything else you'd like to say tonight? Because we're almost out of time. But I do want to say thank you again for calling. We miss Amanda this week, but we'll get her back on here next week. And just any last words that you want to talk about Jackson this weekend coming up?
Well, we appreciate everything you do for us, Artie, as far as the racing community goes, and I hope to see everybody at the racetrack this weekend.
I think you're going to have a packed house Saturday night at Jackson Motor Speedway in Byram, Mississippi. Don't forget, y'all, the bridge is still closed, so you're going to have to go around. You got to take the service road and go around, and it's pretty easy to get to. It's a right. A right and a right, and then a left.
A right and a right.
Once you get off the service road.
I do have that on a post on the Jackson Motor Speedway Facebook page, and I will pin that to the top. So if you go to Jackson Motor Speedway on Facebook, I will have that post pinned to the top to tell you how to get to the racetrack.
Definitely, because I remember the first time I went back to Jackson. Once they shut that bridge down, and it was like, oh, how do I get there? But thank goodness GPS will bring me there. But for those of you that don't have GPS, some people are still working on that flip phone. They can at least get directions to get there and get ready for racing this weekend. I'll be there. I'll see you Saturday, and then I think the following weekend we're going to talk about that right now as well. That will be the motor kart track, and that's going to be exciting as well. So anything else you want to add, Terry? I don't want to cut you off. I'll let you talk a little bit.
No, you're good, man. I appreciate everything you do for us, and we'll see you Saturday night. Definitely.
I'll be there. And, it's crazy because I'm driving and doing the podcast at the same time. So I'm almost about to pull in my driveway finally. It's hard to talk and drive and think about what you want to say. We thank you so much, Terry, for getting on the podcast tonight. Each and every Thursday night, y'all can catch Terry. It's the TNA show, Terry and Amanda, right here on the Southern Dirt Track Report podcast. And thank you so much once again for calling in. All right, we got Sarah on the line. I believe she's already unmuted. Sarah, how are you tonight?
Hey, Artie, and Rob's on here with me too. I've actually got him and we three-wayed you.
I'm here. Awesome. Now this week we're not throwing him under the bus. We got a little help with us. Tell us about what's going on over there. I know we got a race coming up in 2 weeks, I believe. Tell us about what's going on at the track and what y'all got to move forward right there, getting the track ready for a couple weeks there. We lost them or I lost y'all? Jared, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, we lost the call.
I guess so. It must have dropped. Maybe they'll call back in. Okay, they just called. Wait. No, we just had a 228 call in. 3181. That's Terry. Yeah, they must have dropped the call.
Okay. All right. So we got the technical difficulties there. It looks like we lost the call. All right. So we got a couple of technical difficulties here. I think Terry's still on the line.
Hey, I don't know what just happened, and Rob's about to call in. It's 4008.
Okay. Awesome. We got you back. Yeah, it went silent. I was talking, and all of a sudden it was like nothing. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. All right. So,
all
right,
I'm back. I have a cell phone tower in my backyard, and I don't know if that's what it was. But,
that's weird. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy, and I don't know if it's because anyway, it don't matter. But, yes, we're starting our season. April 30th is our first race, so not this Saturday, but next Saturday will be our gate. Its openings are a little bit different than the rest of the racing world because a lot of people aren't familiar with the go-karting. We're bringing the go-karting back, and they've been around, but we're bringing them back to Byron. So, like I said, our times are going to be a little bit different, and but we'll open our gates at 12 noon, actually, and then we'll close our registration at 3. We give our guys a little bit of time to practice, and that'll start at 3, and then we'll start heat races at 5.
Okay, and what classes are y'all running?
And that's a long list. It's not nearly as long as it was on the Wayne Holland. Yeah, it's a big group of them. Well, it's not so bad. It was the Wayne Holland race. We actually did 2 shows in one night, which was a late night. I think we finished at 3 a.m. And we've broken it down a little bit. We worked hand in hand with Mojave out of Louisiana. I don't know. Are you familiar with them, Marnie?
No.
No? Okay. Josh Meredith runs that one.
I don't know where that's at.
I'd be lying if I said. But that we're going to run so we're on restrictor plates. So we run red plate, and then we're going to have, and this is all, there's 2 different motors, and we're actually trying to introduce a third motor, the Ducar motor. But we have not put that on the schedule yet because we don't know how. We've got a couple of people that are going to run them, and I think a lot of people are going to look at it and see how that motor measures up to a Predator motor. And then it's a sealed motor, so it can be dynoed. And Kevin Ray out of Louisiana dynos those for us. And our tech man, Brian Wesley, is contemplating buying a seal to put on that. So it's kind of like the street stock motor, the crate motors. And that's kind of our way of thinking on that. But the Predator motor, we're running a red plate and a green plate, and then a purple plate and a blue plate. And then we'll go into a Predator light and then super heavy, and that's all weight based. And our weight ranges are on the AKRA rules. So that's how we.
And while we're talking about weight, we got a brand new scales coming in.
Yeah, and then we got a. Go ahead, Rob.
I was saying, while we're talking about weight, we've got brand new scales going in. So for next week too. So it's gonna be nice.
Oh, that's what's up. So that was the last piece of the puzzle there at the track, correct? I mean, y'all pretty much 100% ready to go after you get the scales in.
Yes, sir. We'll be ready to roll.
Yes, we renovated the whole concession stand. It's got brand new fryers, warmers, everything else in there, and then we've got, of course, he and I will be upstairs. Rob will be announcing, and I score. Terry's wife helps me score also. So we hand score most of those races, but the bigger races, we're going to go ahead and put a loop in the ground and run transponders just because I don't know if you've seen those guys, but they run across that flag stand quick. And then we'll also be having 600cc sprints there every race as well. So,
600 to run every race? That's awesome.
Every race.
I do love watching them guys, and there's a bunch of them. There's a pile of them in Mississippi. So hopefully
There
y'all
are.
can start getting those numbers way up.
I don't know if you've seen them run on the big track, but when you see them run on the go-kart track, they are so much fun. And those guys will run wingless too. And it's always a question right before the race. We're running winged or wingless. And I'm like, it's up to y'all. Let's see how we go. But we do have a long list of classes, but we're going to post that on Jackson Motor Kart Facebook page. And then, Jonathan, that flags for the big track, he'll also be flagging for us down there. So that'll be fun.
Yeah,
we got the added money races on June 25th and August 6th. And the August 6th race, we're going to do a championship between Mojave. But we wanted to give them everybody some time with the fuel prices. There will be like a month separated. So Mojave will run theirs sometime in July, and then we'll run ours in August. And so it'll be like a little
point battle there.
Yeah.
Correct.
It'll be fun. We're just trying something different.
Definitely. That's why I'm trying to start at the big track too. I need to get with Amanda soon. I'm trying to start a series that runs Baton Rouge Raceway and Jackson Motor Speed. I'm losing my train of thought. Jackson Motor Speedway, and basically run 3 classes. I just got to make sure the rules are the same at both tracks, and we're gonna do a Capital City challenge between the 2 tracks. And I'm working on that right now with the Stinger guys. I'm going to try to set it up with just the Stingers this year. Then next year maybe go to 2 or 3 classes. So I already got all the Stinger guys. I'm talking about it. We've been talking about the rules and all that we need to go over. So the rules are totally different at every track for the Stinger guys. So I'm going to go with the basic of all the rules in the region to try to keep them, try to keep it as level as I can without going too crazy with the rule package. So,
right. Well,
but, that's what I need to talk to her about, because it's going to be fun.
And if there's not a whole lot of changes in the motor, I mean, not changes, but like differences right there, some of it can be maybe worked through. We just have to get with the tech man over there at the big track. But but I'm sure that'd be fun. When you say Stinger, you're talking about our hot shots, right?
Yeah, hot shots, yeah. I got 25 Stingers ready to go to do this, so it looks like it could be a huge deal, and it could help both tracks out, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it as the Capital City Challenge Series is what it is. So it's going to be awesome, and hopefully we get it all ready to go, and we'll be ready to rock and roll at both tracks. And I want to try to get the first race in by May. So I just got to make the phone calls and make it happen. The track there, y'all just put a new sign up front. It's really coming along, both the big track and the little track. I have not been to the little track yet, which I plan on making the races there. I know you said you got some big money races coming up in August and
June 25th.
So I'm
and
definitely
we
try to make one of them.
Do you want to? Yeah, that'll be fun. And we're we had to condense the schedule down a little bit, just because we didn't want to run the same night. We're having to utilize track help from between both tracks, and then Robson's my right hand there, him and Terry. And we try to tag team it. And Dawn McClendon, y'all don't hear Dawn very much, but she's been in the background, helping me with some stuff with that. But that's our A team right there. And I don't know. It's going to be once we get it kicked off and my nerves settle a little bit, we'll start having fun with it. But if Rob and Terry can get me
in the meantime, she's working us to death.
Well, Man and I are good at that. Artie knows that.
It could be worse. She could slap you in the face. It could be like the other one does.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It was
poor
Michael
Terry. He
Houston
gets slapped
and
all the time.
Man, Terry has a rough life, man. Terry's he's stressed out.
I seen him the other day. He had a big old whelp on his face. I'm like, what's that from? Oh, Amanda.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but go, Artie, next time you're there, ask them who's the sweet one, man or Sarah. Everybody asks us that.
One of y'all the sweet one.
Do what now?
I'm going to ask, which one of y'all the sweet one?
Raymond and I were walking up the grandstands one day. It was one night I think I was scoring upstairs on the computer system, and Cassania wasn't there. And Raymond and I were walking up, and somebody yells out at Raymond. They said, "Hey, Raymond, which one's the Sweetwood?" And Raymond goes, "Sarah." That's hilarious. But it was so funny. But yeah, we're looking forward to having that whole facility going, both of them, and I mean not the same night, but it's going to be a whole motorsport park before the end of it, I'm hoping.
Well, I can tell you this, I would love to see y'all do something at the go-kart track on the All-American weekend, maybe a Saturday day race. I think it'd be awesome to have the whole facility wide open. That would be pretty cool to have the big race in the back, and then y'all could have a day race or something during the day. That time of year, it's nice and cool during the day mostly. It's just something to make that last race of the season. Just, hey, look, both tracks are running. Y'all come on out, spend the day out here with us. It could be a real big ending of the season. I want to get with y'all about that too, because maybe I can help y'all out a little bit with that as well. So I would love to see something like that happen. Since y'all got two tracks, I think Talladega has the two tracks there too. They got the little kart track in the back. And they do that once a year, and it's just a big event. It's a big event for the little guys, and it's a big event for the big guys. And people can spend the whole day out there and just enjoy a little bit of the last race of the season kind of deal for some dirt track racing. So I think that would be an awesome idea.
I do too. That'd be exciting. Well, and Rob's in the entertainment, and do you want to know?
No, I didn't hear what Robert said.
Well, he's into entertainment. Like, he does the karaoke, and he sings and drums and guitars. And Rob, please help me out here because you know more about this than I do. But we've tossed around some ideas about concerts and all that. But, of course, nothing's concrete, but we just looked into a couple of different options.
And a lot like what you were just saying. A lot like what you were just saying, Artie, having a full day with both tracks, running everything going, and then maybe throw in, some live entertainment throughout the day. Just kind of keep it going.
Yeah, correct. That's my specialty. I've been DJing since '96. I do the karaoke deal too.
Awesome.
I play in a band every now and then. You'll see me playing my washboard in a band. But
there you go, man.
There's several bands down here that I play with on the weekends when I'm not at the track. If a track rains out, I'm usually at a place playing my washboard. But yeah, definitely, man. We definitely got to hook up on that, and maybe we can make it like even an arts and crafts classic car show. Everything in one weekend. Like,
there you go.
Have it like
exactly.
A big bash at the end, even if it's not classic cars, you could do like a Jeep show or something like that,
Which Amanda would have to sit over.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things that we can make that last race of the season. Just make it where everybody wants to come,
really?
They gotta be there, and that's what it's all about. That All-American, that last race of the season. Make the track make some good money at the end, and it really could help out,
Let me tell you something.
Yes, I agree.
We do have scheduled. I don't know, or you may know of Mr. Wayne Holland, but he used to be really big into late models, and I'll be lying if I say the year, but I know he raced at International, and they in Clinton. But we had the only race we were able to hold last year was our Wayne Holland benefit race, and we called it a tribute race to him because he was in end-stage pancreatic cancer, and we were able to raise about $3,000 for that family, paid a good portion of his funeral. He died literally 1 week to the day after our race, and that was his race. And but we every year, our season finale is the weekend after the All-American. It's the Wayne Holland Memorial Race, and it's a 2-day race. It'll be a Friday, Saturday, just like the All. And it's just to honor Mr. Wayne Holland. But he was a big contributor to the sport, go-kart and dirt car. So, and I think he ran some asphalt. I don't know.
Yeah, awesome.
That will be
I don't know too much about him. He was before my time. So, as far as racing goes, I've been following racing since I was probably about 6 years old. We used to go. It was crazy because we had a track 15 minutes from the house and didn't even know about it. And we had the dirt track right here in Lacombe, and we didn't know about it for years. And it was running from the 60s till just about 5 years ago when it closed down. But we used to leave here in South Louisiana, go all the way to Birmingham, Alabama, to go to Birmingham International. And it was crazy because we had so many tracks we passed up on the way there that we didn't even know about. That was before social media. That was before, the word got out that they had different tracks out there. It was all about word of mouth. But now with social media, it was like, man, we passed up 15 tracks to go to Birmingham every Saturday night. So that was pretty interesting. As I got older, I learned, there's more than just one track around. It was Talladega and Birmingham. That was the only two that I knew. So, but yeah, that's always fun, and I'll give both of y'all my number. Well, y'all should have it anyway.
Okay.
But we'll definitely
we've got it. I'll get it to Rob.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about maybe having a big bash, and maybe the Southern Dirt Track Report can help maybe sponsor a little bit of that too. So we'll see how. Yeah, we'll see how it's looking towards that end. But
we need a week-long deal between car shows and big cars and go-karts and concerts and like Woodstock for cars.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll definitely talk about that, and we'll get that rolling. I promise you that. I'm on board 100%. I won't miss another race at the big track this year. I plan on being there every time they open the gates. So
we welcome you.
Y'all have been like more than a family, and I appreciate everything that y'all do for the Southern Dirt Track Report and on this podcast every week. You got your loyal ones, and then you got the ones that just come on every now and then. I love all my guests, and I definitely will be, more favorite to the ones that are always there. So that's why I made that decision at the beginning of the year that I'm not gonna miss a race at Jackson. So any last words y'all want to say? We got to get old Jay Dillon on here. He's got some stuff he wants to talk about. I agree, Bill.
Yeah, Jay's our guy, man.
Yeah, definitely. So,
well, we appreciate you, Artie. We love it. We're looking forward to the year, and hopefully, like I said, if Terry and Rob can keep my nerves down, we'll be good.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah. No doubt. So, all right. Well, thank y'all so much for coming on.
Thank you, Artie.
I appreciate it. We are definitely going to get back with y'all next Thursday, and we'll talk because next Thursday will be race week for y'all. So we definitely get the word out, and we'll make sure everybody knows that y'all are up and running. I will also get with y'all get with y'all or Terry, and Terry can update on the Southern Dirt Track Report, anything y'all need to share to the world. That would help out.
Yeah,
too,
it may be Rob next week. I think I'm on a plane. I'm not sure. We'll see.
All right, that sounds good.
About this.
Well, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, man. Sounds good. Appreciate it, Artie.
All right, we'll see y'all next time. All right, y'all. That is Sarah and Rob. That is Motorkart, Jackson Motorkart. Y'all go catch the race. Not this weekend coming, but the following weekend, the 30th. They will be racing there. The track is it's looking great. I passed by there last Saturday. Was it last Saturday or the weekend before? I think it was the weekend before when I went to the big track, and the track looks amazing. They really put a lot of time and money out there. please get out there and support kart racing at the track. All right, we got Jay Dillon on the line. Jay Dillon, Greenville Speedway. Tell us about what happened at the last race and what's going to come up next week.
What's happening all day? How you
What
been,
is up,
son?
man? Oh, I've been great.
Man,
How about you, man? How about the weather, man? The weather's been beautiful.
Well, the weather. Look, Mother Nature just don't like the Greenville Speedway, obviously, Artie. Me, Carl Kilgore, Miss Charity Kilgore, and all our greats have up here in Greenville. You know, we just catch bad breaks every now and then. We like a bad umpire at a baseball game. So we just catch the bad calls all the way around. The thing about it is yesterday I was actually at the track. The track looked fairly decent. The pits had a little moisture, but I mean, that was going to be okay, believe it or not. The thing about it is we were at the track running our crate car. We didn't get to run in the Rumble on the Gumbo, but, you know, we ordered the right parts from Bobby Pierce Race Cars up there in Peoria, Illinois, and they sent us all the parts. So Carl, of course, me being the VP at Greenville Speedway, he said, you got a key, go on out there and test and tune the car. So we went out there, and yesterday already it started raining drops about the size of $50 and got the pit soaking wet, and then it rained again. And this time of year, I mean, it being in the Mississippi Delta, either it's going to rain with 100% or it's going to be at 20% and it's going to rain 100%. And the thing about it was it rained a lot yesterday evening and last night. So we got rained out this weekend, unfortunately. I hate to see it. I hate to tell all my local racers and the racers that are going to come in from out of town. But you know, like I know, I mean, that big R word it's the devil when it comes to dirt racing.
Well,
I mean, you said it yourself.
Let me tell you this, Jay, real quick. You know, that Mississippi River's right there. There's a lot of swampy areas there. When it's 110 degrees, some pop-up showers just come because of all that moisture that's down on the ground. And that's like you said, you're in the Delta there. You got a lot of water soaking up into the atmosphere, and it's got to come down eventually. So, unfortunately, it comes down on Greenville a lot. But
you know, we
were
good,
and it's always fast.
The track is always good, and it's super fast when it's fast. You know, it starts out heavy. It started out heavy for the crate cars, and like I told a bunch of crate guys even from the guy from Mount Vernon, Illinois, Mr. Kyle McMahon, he said, son, I ain't never been to a track this heavy. I said, you just wait. You just hold your pants, you know, tighten your belt a little bit. It's going to be super fast, super slick, come feature time. He said, I'm holding you to it. He said, I got $100 bet. Said it ain't no way you're going to get this track, you know, super slick like the black ice up there in Magnolia. I said, I promise you. I bet you $100. We shook on it. He gave me a $100 bill, and I gave it back to him. I said, man, I can't take your money. You come all the way to from Mount Vernon, Illinois, just to see Jay Dillon on the Jay Dillon Show. He's a Warlock Nation, Mr. Kyle Steffens. Let me get it right. I got to be politically correct when I talk about Kyle Steffens, because he runs go-karts, he runs late models, he runs open wheel modifieds, and the guy come all the way down here just to run with us, because I've been you know, talking to him back and forth about Rumble on the Gumbo. He drove him and Austin England come all the way down here just to run with Jay Dillon on Jay Dillon Show after the Greenville Speedway with Mr. Carl and Miss Charity Kilgore. And when it turned super slick after the race, he walked up with a fresh Benjamin Franklin uncrisp $100 bill, long wheelbase 10, and handed it to me. I said, son, I can't take your money. You done brought 450, 500 miles one way. I can't do that. Hand it back to him, Artie. And, well, like I say, you know, we catch the rain, you know, because you live in Louisiana. Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Alabama don't catch as much as we do, but Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana, we catch the most of the storms because y'all catch them. They hit that river. They bounce them off that 1929 levee, and then they flood us. And the thing about it is, we got the mosquitoes, true enough, but with the racing fuel, E85, 110, 112, 116, man, we don't have no mosquitoes at the racetrack. You know that, and I know that. Just like Jackson. Jackson fights with the Pearl River all day, every day. And I think Mr. Raymond, Miss Amanda, Mr. Terry, Sarah and Rob, I mean, them are all my people. I am on the JMS staff, believe it or not, now. And I am their fill-in announcer. Rob called me yesterday. He's like, man, you want to come to Jackson this weekend? I said, man, I might if we rain out. And then God dog it if we didn't rain out. And he texted me today right before the show. He's like, man, you come to Jackson tomorrow, ain't you? Or Saturday? I said, possibly. My whole crew's going to the MAG to run up there at Mr. Johnny Stokes, Columbus Motor Speedway. There's some good people. Mr. Johnny Stokes' family to me and my brother, our whole Dillon Racing crew. He's always treated us like family. He treats Carl and Charity and the Small Change Racing crew like family as well. And I can't got nothing bad to say about the whole Magnolia Motors, because them guys always treat us with open arms, just like Artie. Artie know me from Adam, brought me in, come up, shook my hand, hugged my neck. Both his kids hugged my neck. I mean, Artie, we family now. I ain't no denying it is, Artie.
No,
look, that pretty little boy and that little girl Artie got, they just like family to Jay Dillon. They are my family when they come to Greenville Freeway, or we see them in Jackson or Baton Rouge or wherever. The same way in the Greenville, we're going to welcome you in with open arms. But like I say, we're going to try to get a race in next weekend. Artie said he's coming. If he comes, fans, I will let y'all know on the Southern Dirt Track Report, because he better show up. I texted him yesterday about the shirt sizes. He did send them to me. So we're going to try to get 3 shirts pressed with the sizes for Artie and both his babies. We don't just get one. We get 3. They come in 3s, do they not, Artie? Because when Jay Dillon shows up, they come in 3s, do they not? Jay Dillon and little Jay Dillon and Nat Dillon, we're going to show up in 3s always. Artie shows up with him and little boy, little girl, open arms. And like I say, that my Baton Rouge family to me. We just like Artie, we out here at a ballpark tonight. I had my whole team that Jay Dillon did not coach this year. We out here watching them play, and they pitched a no-hitter 3 of the 4 innings. So I mean, I couldn't complain. Jay Dillon decided dirt racing was more important this year than playing ball, so it was what it was. But I had to walk out to the outfield to talk to Artie, the Southern Dirt Track Report, all you fans at home, just because I've got to be on the show. I am a loyal follower and a patron as being on the Dirt Track Report, Southern Dirt Track Report. Let's get that politically correct now, because we got to have it right, do we not, Artie?
That's right.
You can't say just Dirt Track Report on Artie's show, because you got to be politically correct. It is a Southern Dirt Track Report. Greenville Speedway did pick them up, and we do sponsor the Southern Dirt Track Report. And we are all followers of Southern Dirt Track Report. All of us have it liked and followed on our Facebook page. If you fans, look, last week I told you all about the Snapchat. I've got a bunch of racers. My show already has launched my show from the Greenville Speedway to the 110 Sports Nation. And if you do not follow me and you're listening at home, click on your ad, click J. Dillon 1986, send me an ad. I will follow you. I do not turn nobody away. It don't matter if you're 18, 8, or 80. I'm gonna click ad. That way y'all can keep up with us. But the Southern Dirt Track Report did put me on the 110 Sports Network, and we do thank the Southern Dirt Track Report. We thank Carl Kilgore, Charity Kilgore, Jared Hudson, Chris Carrigan, I don't even know how to say his last name. I got it in my phone the way he sent it to me, but Artie will politically correct me on that. But I want to thank all them guys at the 110 Sports Network putting me on their network. Next month, we're going to launch our show. But the Greenville Speedway will be in the action April the 30th. I want to say, I don't have my calendar in front of me, before for the mod lights. They're going to be in our house. Then on May 2nd, we're going to have the the sprint cars, and we're going to have the 1,000 to win factory stock. I had a couple guys that called me at 662-390-3962, or you can call 662-820-0654. That's Carl Kilgore. Either one of us, you can call us anytime, day, night, weekend. It don't matter, Christmas, holidays, whatever. We answer the phone with a factory stock car. If you have one, you have your track rules. We will abide by your track rules if you bring a printed copy with you to run for the 1,000 to win May 2nd. $1,000 for factory stock cars. That's unheard of, Artie. Baton Rouge run for 1,000 to win.
Yeah, we do it sometimes.
Every now and then. It's once in the blue moon for us, too. Now, look, 1,000 win for a factory stock car, that's once in the blue moon.
So we do one.
Exactly. It's a once-in-a-year thing. I mean, we picked the purse up a little bit at Gumbo Nationals, too. Now, I can't knock Gumbo Nationals. That is a Wesley Washington event. Mr. Wesley Washington Auto Body and Paint. They started that event. It'll be 16 years this year. I just talked to Wesley at the ball field, shook his hand, hugged his neck, Told him thank you for all he done putting Jay Dillon on the air, along with Carl Kilgore and Charity Kilgore. They made the Jay Dillon show what it is. They said, man, you are the mouth of the South Productions. That is LLC now. And I'm telling you, Artie, it is something. We are LLC, believe it or not, and we are copyrighted. So don't copyright it, so we will get you. I'm just playing, but I'm not. You know what I mean, Artie? Not like Artie in the parade.
Hold on. I thought I was about to the South. I'm from the Coon, you know what area?
Hey, you're a Coon A ***. I can't say it on the air,
yeah,
but you know what I'm saying.
Correct. You can't say it on the air, but that's what I am.
You won't never catch Jay Dillon cuss on the mic unless something happens or we have a hot mic in the booth. I did get caught one time out of 6 years of announcing and 16 years of talking good just straight mess on a microphone. Or, we go to clubs, I do DJ the whole night. That's why me and Rob are such good friends. My brother sells Rob buys equipment from the whole nine down in Florida, Mississippi. And like I say, Artie, it is what it is. My brother owns Southern Sounds out of Florida, Mississippi, Mr. Brian Weaver. And when me and Rob got to talking in the booth a couple weeks ago down in Jackson, he said, man, Brian's your brother. I said, that's my older brother. Yeah, it is. He said, ain't no way. I said, I swear to God. Southern Sounds, all you got to do is look him up, Facebook. He has YouTube, has Instagram, Twitter, you name it. They sell the 48 local states, the 50, the other 2 states that are out of the continental U.S., and he will sell around the world. But like I say, me and Rob, we kicked it off. He said, man, you do DJing too, don't you? I said, yeah, I do, unfortunately. Jay Dillon Show, TikTok, and we do it all. Me and Tanner Collins, man, when I told you we linked up Artie, and we made 3 or 4 TikToks, dude, when they launched, Jay Dillon got 5,000 followers in one click. I said, man, I'm just glad I know somebody like Artie. I just met him and linked up with him, got to talk and mess with him, and now we doing what we do. Are we not Artie on the air on 110 Sports Network? Thank y'all for letting me and Artie do what we do on the air. Oh,
that's right.
But like I say, Artie, there's a bunch of races. I heard that Super B's running for 3,000 win in a front wheel drive this weekend. And I wanted to go over there, but I said, well, I kind of partial to Jackson, Raymond, Amanda, Mr. Terry, Rob and Sarah will be down there. If I go anywhere, I'm going to Jackson. I got to be at JMS, Jackson Motor Speedway, Capital City Raceway. Got to be there. And if I show up, you already know they can put Jay Dillon on the mic. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm a betting man, I put 100 on that I'm going to Jackson Motor Speedway if we go anywhere this weekend if Greenville's rained out. But Greenville Speedway, we're going to do a whole lot of racing. We're just trying to let this Mother Nature get out of the way, Artie. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I mean,
she's mean sometimes, man. She's mean.
Has it been bad down there with y'all, Artie?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost raining every day. That's just typical South Louisiana weather. Sometimes I think we live in Seattle because it rains every day. Like, you get rain here every day. And it's not just little rainstorms. These pop-up showers produce a lot of lightning in the daytime. So it gets crazy brother, sometimes.
Artie follows my Snapchat, Jay Dillon 1986. He follows it. And like I say, the thing about it is, Artie seen it yesterday. I was headed home, and Artie can vouch for me. I clicked on it and had 7 lightning strikes right in front of me. And 7 is my lucky number, but I said, God, you ain't got to do me like that now. I mean, I'm trying to get back to Greenville to run my crate car. And we do have the snow. If y'all see the car, I'm trying to get Disney to sponsor, but, they in that politically correct crap right now, so I can't get them to full-fledged give me a check yet, Artie. But we got the whole Frozen deal, and my brother, I've been ragging on him since we got the wrap in. I mess with him, and y'all fans at home can laugh at it because I tell a lot of jokes. I asked him, was he going to wear his blue tutu when he drives the car? All laughed at me because I told him over text. I didn't tell him on the air. I told him over text. And my brother's going to wear a blue tutu when he drives his car. And when he do a driver interview, he's got to get out with a blue tutu on because it is snowflake, and it's got the Elsa, Anna, Olaf, the whole 9, the reindeer, all that on the side of the car. But it's going to be in Columbus this weekend. And the kids love it, and Artie, that's what we do it for. We do it for the kids, and we do it for the fans. But if there was not fans in the stands, Artie, I could do what I do. You couldn't do what you do on the air for the Southern Dirt Track Report. That's what we do it for, is the fans to listen. Because if the fans ain't going to listen, what are we doing it for, Artie? Even though me and you both, we both love to run our mouth, but we do it for the fans, do we not?
Definitely we do.
110%. That's what we do it for as a fan. I do it for these fans that's listening on your podcast. I do it for the fans that come to my show. I do it for the fans that listen at home. It's all about the fans. And I'm going to give them what for this year on the Jay Dillon Show at the Greenville Speedway, because I'm going to do – Carl don't know this yet, and he's going to listen to this podcast a little later in the night. But I'm going to make them have a bicycle race this year at Greenville Speedway. I'm going to do a foot race at Greenville Speedway. And I might already, if I get everything in my favor, I might make them bring one of them big wheel trikes, them old tight trikes out there. And we're going to do a tight trike race. We might even get the super late model and the crate guys, the modified guys, the street stock, factory stock, and the Vapor Shack hot shot guys on the track. We'll get a driver from each class, put them on a tight hot shot, and see who can outrun who on a three-wheel tight, big, whatever you want to call it, big wheel. We called them scooters when we was growing up, on the front straightaway at the Greenville Speedway on the Jay Dillon Show, only at the Greenville Speedway.
Definitely. Hey,
I'm going to be there at the car show, Jeep show, all out. We're going to I'm going to get with Rob, Amanda, Sarah, Raymond, Terry at the TNA show that was just on Southern Dirt Track Port. We're going to get with them. We're going to have a race car show too, because it don't matter if they beat and banged, all wrapped all up, or if they're slick as glass, come off the showroom floor. We're going to have some race cars there too, because I'm going to bring 5 I know to the car show. We're going to bring a trophy home, if it's honorable mention, or what did you say, Artie, the participation trophy. That's what Jay Dillon got when he was growing up.
Baby. Participation.
No,
ain't no such thing as participation trophies no more.
Participation trophy, that's all we're going to do.
That's it.
But like
at least we get a trophy, right?
Hey, as long as you get a trophy, it is what it is, my friend. God
that's right.
And Jay Dillon does too, always. I hope to see Artie at the Jay Dillon Show on April 30th at the Greenville Speedway for the Mod Light. If you fans have never seen a Mod Light, you're going to see it looks like an open wheel modified. Some of them resemble a late model. It just depends on where they're coming from out of the United States. But most of them resemble a modified. They got a crotch rocket motor, Artie. Just like you pull up at the red light, you see the guy leaned over, hugging the gas tank, and you hear that. It sounds like a bumblebee on nitrous. I'm telling you. And when I say
they flip, they all over the place. I love them.
Say, Artie, when they get it, they get it. And that would look.
That's right.
And my new search is coming out, sponsored by Southern Bell, and I got to give Miss Dina and them a shout out up there in right outside of Calhoun City, almost to Gore Springs, Mississippi. My new search is going to say the Jay Dillon Show, and it's going to say "Get It," because that's one of my registered sayings. I told him, I said, I'm going to trademark that saying, "Get It," and them little old cars will get it for sure. When I tell you, if you've ever seen a motorcycle tote the front left, them little motorcycles will tote the front left in a heartbeat. They're just like a micro sprint or a mini sprint, depending on where you're at in the United States listening, but they look like open wheel modified. Do they not, Artie?
They do. They look like little mods, man. They look miniature mods. And I'm telling you, these bad boys are fast. You don't want to miss Greensville on the 30th. Ooh. And that's why the Southern Dirt Track will be in the house on the 30th over there in Greenville.
I'm going to get Charity's phone. We're going to go Facebook Live as well with the Southern Dirt Track Port tag team and Jay Dillon Show. Thanks to Miss Charity Kilgore. She don't even know this yet. She's going to hear it later when she gets out of her award ceremony from Mississippi Delta. She's over there. Her and Carl's at a nursing thing. She's star student over at the nursing academy or whatever. She's going to be a whatever the nurse they call them nowadays. And we want to give, from the Jay Dillon Show, we want to give her a congrats for making all A's all the way through the last 2 years of nursing school. Because, hey, Artie, if it wasn't for nurses and folks like me or you, we couldn't keep the world going, son. Everybody goes to college don't make 100,000. Look, it's them power linemen, them guys that dig ditches, and them nurses that keep the world going. Because if it was not work for the healthcare industry and the utilities industry, COVID would have crushed us. You know that, and I know that. Do we not?
Yeah, correct.
I mean, the light's got to stay on, and you got to stay healthy, 100%. But like I say, Artie, I hate to get out the Southern Dirt Track Report. Are you going to be in Jackson this weekend?
I'll be Jackson this Saturday and Greenville the following Saturday.
Well, look, if we can shake loose Saturday, Jay Dillon will be on the Southern Dirt Track Report at the Jackson Motor Speedway. Fans, tune in because you're going to get Artie and you're going to get Jay Dillon show right there together, tag team at the Jackson Motor Speedway. The one, the only Jay Dillon show will be with Mr. Artie himself. He don't take fans unless you come up and hug his neck and know who he is. But like Jay Dillon, look, I take it don't matter. Come on, come off from 3 to 1933. I take all the fans. It don't matter. But like I say, I will be right there with you on your camera while you're live, and I will get on there and do a short sound bit with Artie. I got to round these youngins up. But like I say, Artie, I'll see you Saturday if everything goes good. God willing, the creek don't rise. Jay Dillon loves you. God does too. Keep your taillights burning. I'll see you Saturday in Jackson.
All right, man. We'll see you Saturday. We're gonna see Jay Dillon Saturday. We're gonna go live on the Southern Dirt Track Report. We're gonna get Jay. We're gonna get Terry. We're gonna get everybody. We're gonna go live at halftime probably and have a little talking dirt on a Saturday night right there on the page itself. I want to bring up a couple of things real quick. I want to tell everyone Baton Rouge is racing this Friday night for their regular weekly racing show. Mark May 6th on your calendar, Friday, May the 6th on your calendar. They having their regular weekly racing, and they are going to have their Power Wheel racing for the kids. So the kids can bring their Power Wheels. They put them on a little mini track in the middle, and they're going to let those kids run heat race in a feature, I believe, on a Power Wheel. So make sure you come out for May the 6th, Friday, May the 6th, for the Power Wheel racing at Baton Rouge Raceway. This season I've been so torn. Baton Rouge is home, Hattiesburg is home. I was kind of upset when Baton Rouge moved back to Friday nights. I understand the move, believe me, because everybody runs on Saturday nights, so I understand why they went back to Fridays, and they've been doing great on the Friday night show. So they did it right. I thought that they should have went back to Friday nights as soon as Pike opened up, but they did not, and they finally said, you know what, we're going back to Friday nights, and it's really good for racing, but it's not good for Artie because Artie wants to be at both Hattiesburg and Baton Rouge at the same time. Unfortunately, I don't have a time machine yet. We're still working on that time machine, but hopefully pretty soon the time machine will come out and I won't miss a race. I could be at both tracks at one time, and that would be awesome. Both tracks put on a show each and every week, and you don't want to miss that. Also, keep Mama Parker in your prayers. Keep her lifted. She still needs a lot of things to happen, so we definitely got to keep her in the prayers this week, and just lift your prayers to God and make it happen. Before you go to bed tonight, say a prayer for Mama Parker and the Hattiesburg family. She is the backbone of that whole operation. If it wasn't for her, there would be no Hattiesburg Speedway. So please keep Mama Parker in your prayers. She is well loved, well liked, and we definitely going to keep on saying prayers for her. Other than that, Pike County is running this weekend. I did not pull up Pike on the thing, but they're going to run their regular classes, I believe. I don't think it's any kind of special show this weekend. I'm going to check it real quick because I'm not sure. I want to say that the factory stocks or pure stocks have a big show coming up there pretty soon as well. So, Jenny Bolin is going to be there Saturday night in the 222, so that's going to be fun. So this weekend, the pits are going to be open at Pike County Speedway. Ages 15 and up, $35. Ages 7 to 14, 26 and under free. General admission, ages 15 and up, $15. And here's the running order at Pike County Speedway this week. 5:30 p.m. Mini wedges run a complete show at 5:30. I like that, but I don't like that. I like having where these kids can have a big crowd base at halftime like Baton Rouge does. where people can sit there and watch these kids. This is the future of our sport. This mini wedge is the future of our sports, and it already is showing that it is with Whaley over at Baton Rouge, running in the limited mods now. He was running mini wedges last year, and now he's winning races in the limited mods. So it just goes to show you that, this is how the sport gets built. It gets built with small classes like go-kart racing and all that good stuff. It's all about building the sport, and I think those mini wedge guys should at least run them at halftime like Baton Rouge does, so everybody can enjoy the mini wedge racing. But Pike County is going to be rocking and rolling this weekend. They're running pure stocks, limited mods, street stocks, USRA mods, crate late models, singers, and rookie limiteds. So it's going to be a show there at Pike County. And then make sure y'all go check out both tracks in Alabama, all running. I believe Jared said that earlier. I was listening. Deep South in Tri-County, so y'all get out there. Outlaw Speedway rained out last weekend. There's some rain came through, and they are actually running April 30th is going to be their next, and that's going to be the Pine Belt badge, the 3,000 to win pure factory stock, pure stock. So you don't want to miss that one either. The April 30th. That's going to be a big race there at Outlaw. I'll be at the Greenville watching the mods run, the little mods, mini mods. I don't know what they call it. They're very fast. I've seen them a couple times. I've never seen them locally. I've always seen them over in Texas. That's a big class in Texas. And then they got the Bang Banger 2000, Stingers 2000 to win on May 14th at Outlaw. And then June 4th will be the super late models in the Mississippi State Series, with the Mississippi State Series, both running there on June the 4th. And then June the 18th, my has sprint, Hurricane Area Super Sprints will be in action as well at Outlaw. You come on over to Outlaw. It's a beautiful facility if you haven't been. Outlaw, Deep South, both of them tracks are just top notch for down here in the South. And both of them have, and if you're a fan, show up and show out these tracks. If you're within a striking distance of your local track, you need to get out to the track every weekend and support local dirt track racing, because that's what it's all about. That's why the Southern Dirt Track Report started. I told this story 100 times, and I'm going to tell it again right now live on the air. The Southern Dirt Track Report started the day after my track right here closed down. It was St. Tammany Raceway, and we wasn't sure. The owner quit mid-season and shut the track down. And I was like, no, we got to do something. I got to do something. It was in my blood at that point. I wanted to save dirt track racing here in St. Tammany Parish in South Louisiana. The next year, we got an owner came in. They took it over for 2 years. I was pretty much at the track 7 days a week, either weed eating, cutting grass, getting the track prepped, cleaning the trash up. I did what I had to do, basically volunteering. And, I put a lot of hours and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that place. And we had that place rolling for 2 years. The last race there that they ever had, the last race of the season, in the second year that the new owner had taken over, we had 175 cars in the pits. This place used to pack it out. And the next season, they just decided they were going to walk away from it. And it's been vacant now for pretty much 5 years, I think now. 5, working on 6 now. So basically, the Southern Dirt Track Report started to try to help that track out. So I'm sorry, I'm hearing a little rumbling in the sky here. I live really close to Stennis, and they sound like they're testing a rocket right now. So if you hear anything in the background, that's actually a rocket testing. Almost every week, they're on Facebook, everybody's asking, what was that noise? but it's just Stennis testing rockets. Y'all get out to the track, support local dirt track racing. I mean, we really, really, really need to get out there, especially the fans. You know, the fans get out there and really, really get it going. Jackson Motor Speedway, Saturday night, $1 to get in. General admission. You cannot go anywhere with a family of four for $4. It doesn't happen. And you can go to Jackson and do that this weekend. I mean, when Terry was saying that earlier, it had me excited. And, I get excited about stuff like that because that's showing the fans, hey, guys, we really love you. We appreciate you. We want you to come and enjoy a good night racing, basically on us. We're only going to charge you $1 to get in. And, if they make $300, they know they had 300 people in there. Like it's a win-win for the track. It's a win-win for the fans to know that you're appreciated and you get to go see some dirt track racing for only $1. You just can't beat that at all. So, also, don't forget Outlaw. I'm going to go back to Outlaw real quick, but Outlaw has a new pit entrance, and they also have a new spectator entrance. You can no longer come in from the RV, the ATV park. You got to go around that now and keep on going down the road probably another little less than a half a mile, and then you're going to turn into the track there. So keep that in mind when you go to the track at Outlaw. And I think that's it. That's all I really putting out there. I kind of ramble on here a little bit because I like to make the show try to get all the information that I need to get out. And I don't know if I have any other information besides earlier. Jared already mentioned it, but I'm going to mention it again. We do have T-shirts available. They are $25 for small to double X, and then triple X and 4X shirts or $30. So if you need a shirt, Southern Dirt Track Report, they got the sprint car on the front, all of our great sponsors on the back, and you know what? We're going to give you the rundown here. Let me grab a shirt, and I'm going to give you the rundown of our sponsors for this year because you know what? They are appreciated, and we really need to get businesses people to go and shop at these businesses or just visit these businesses because they are what makes the Southern Dirt Track Report, they kind of fine-tune us, basically, should I say. That could be a great word to use. But they kind of fine-tune us, and they make it happen for the Southern Dirt Track Report. So we'll run down the list real quick, and we'll call it a night here, I think, in just a couple minutes here. So first of all, I like to thank Jackson Motor Speedway. They are sponsor this year of the Southern Dirt Track Report. We also have Dothan Motorsports Park. We'll have some Dothan guys come on the podcast here in a few weeks and talk about Dothan as well. Dothan's running a short schedule, but they'll be running. Deep South in Loxley, Alabama. Support your local dirt track there. They are a supporter of us. The Thunder Valley Speedway in Glenmore, Louisiana, another good sponsor that we have on board, as well as Greenville Speedway, weekly racing there at Greenville. Y'all go check them out over there. Hattiesburg Speedway, another speedway on our sponsored shirts this year. Hattiesburg is home, and we do love going to Hattiesburg. Jackson Motor Kart Speedway, that is the track in front of Jackson Motor Speedway, and they always having a good time up there, and y'all check them out as well. Pike County Speedway, another sponsor on our shirts. I was trying to get all the tracks to sponsor us. We didn't get a couple of them, but maybe next year we'll have a shirt with just nothing but tracks on it of our people that sponsor the Southern Dirt Track Report. Also, we had the Hurricane Area Super Sprint is a sponsor of the Southern Dirt Track Report. Savage Performance over in Gulfport, Mississippi. You get your race cars, go there for race car needs. You can check them out. We got Doyle's AC and Electrical out of Oakdale, Louisiana, I believe they're out of. And then we also have Coastline Pressure Washer. We got two pressure washing companies that sponsored us this year, Coastline Pressure Washing, and also Dubin Pressure Washing, both good sponsors. And Sidelines is a T-shirt printing shop. They sponsored us as well. And last but not least, we got Regional Homes out of Florida. They sell your mobile homes. If you need a mobile home, go to Regional Homes and get you one. We'll post all these links up to these pages as we post them up on the page. We also have Dakota Fox Racing as a racing team, the only racing team on the shirt. Dakota Fox Racing sponsoring the Southern Dirt Track Report this year, and Bosch Insurance right here in South Louisiana. Bosch Insurance is where I buy my car insurance from, but they have insurance for any needs. If you need insurance, get in touch with Bosch Insurance right here in South Louisiana. They will take care of you, Mississippi, Alabama, wherever you at. If you need insurance for anything, for events or whatever, call them up. They will get you a quote, and they're fast and they're speedy, and they're always sweet to talk to. I think that's it. Jared, did I miss anything? I think I covered everything. The supporter page. Make sure y'all get on the Southern Dirt Track Report. Click on groups by this page. Click on Southern Dirt Track Report supporters. $4.99 a month. All the races that we record will be on the Southern Dirt Track Report supporter page. Now, the off season this past year, we didn't really do anything for the off season, and I was wondering what can I do for the off season this year to keep people entertained. Well, I'm going to do interviews throughout the year this year. I'm going to start interviewing people at the race cars, at the track. So basically what we'll do is we're going to have, in January, we're going to have 60 driver interviews in 30 days. So every day you're going to have 2 driver interviews pop up in January. So we're going to keep the page going, and you can listen to the driver interview. I'm going to get basically 30 drivers, and we're going to interview them in the next few weeks, and then we're going to interview them at the end of the season. So you'll be able to hear from where they're at now to the end of the season where they finished up at. So it's going to be a cool little thing right there. And also, I have 9 or 10 GoPros now. Once we get the GoPros out and we do all the once we start recording all the races on the GoPros, those will be out at January and February. We're going to post those races with all the GoPro footage from the inside of each car. So it's going to be cool. You got to get on the supporter page, make it happen. We just bought a big camera. I bought a JVC camera. This thing is bigger than me. I got to learn how to use it. I got to get a tripod. I got to get battery packs. I got a few more things to buy for it. So that $4.99 has went towards this camera, and I'm hoping this camera works. It is an older style camera. It's not it don't have a SIM card in it. It's got an old cassette style tape in it. Not the big cassettes, but the small ones that you can still find as of now. I looked them up. I can still get them. But I got to learn how to transfer that over to the Facebook world too. So I think there might be an SD card hooked up in it as well. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on it. And this thing's huge though. It's like something you would see at a football game on ESPN. So it's awesome to have a good camera finally. And hopefully we're gonna get a computer hooked up into it, have a scroller on the bottom so you can keep the track of your drivers as they're racing. We're working on a lot of things, and hopefully by the end of the season that camera will be out there doing some video. And if not, we definitely have it up by next season. This camera looks very complex to me, and I don't like complex. I like simple. So it's going to take me a little bit to learn it, but it's exciting to have it. So we finally got a big camera, and we're finally going to do some big time videos here and hopefully by the end of the year.
And hey, we got a
drone. We got a drone now. We can actually once I learn how to drive. I'm gonna try to find somebody else that can come with me to the races and actually fly this drone and actually get good footage of the cars racing on the track. from above. So a lot of things going on, and that $4.99 a month that you subscribe to the supporter page is making it happen, and that's what it's all about. It's all about keeping dirt track alive here in the South. If you're in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, you have to subscribe to this page. Like it is going to be on your Christmas list this year. That $4.99 a month, just so you can keep up with everything that's going on behind the scenes. A lot of my stuff that I post now is all on the supporter page. I don't really post too much on the main page anymore. All my posts are going on the supporter page, and these are people that's helping keep dirt track racing alive here in the South. And I think that's all we got.
Okay, so we had Mr. Donald Parker wanting to call in. I think he called in earlier, but he hung up, and he was wanting to come back in, but I don't see him in the queue list. But maybe we'll get Mr. Parker on next show.
Yeah, well, we got a big thing going on at Hattiesburg as well.
Yep. Hattiesburg is a super nice track. So if y'all don't know who Donald Parker is, he's the owner of Hattiesburg Speedway. So they have a super nice facility down there, and they have a great season going.
Yeah, he had a video this morning. He is going to qualify. You got a chance to qualify for the Dixie 50 this Friday night. You could qualify, and you can either take your time, or next week you could redo your time. So it's pretty interesting. It's something different. I believe that anybody that doesn't get the pole will go and requalify. But you might have the guy sitting in fourth place going, you know what? I might not qualify that good this time. I might be 6th or 7th, so I might just stay right where I'm at. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out, because I think that's a great idea. It's something different. It's something that nobody else is doing, and I do like that. So that's going to be fun. But, yeah, Hattiesburg is home, away from home, like it really is. And like
and
I said
the
earlier
legend cars.
In the show, yeah, as I said earlier in the show, I'm kind of sad that they both on Friday night.
Looks like we got Mr. Parker calling in now.
All right, we got Donald Parker on the line. Go ahead and put him on. We've been talking about a little bit about Hattiesburg and everything that's going on with the Big Dixie 50 coming up. We definitely put him on, and we will see. Is he on? No,
hello, Miss.
Hey, how are you?
I'm tired. I'm just now pulling out of the racetrack now.
Tell us about what you did. You had a lot of prep going on for the big race tomorrow night.
Actually, I've been weed eating all day long.
That's a lot of weed eating. That's a big place to weed eat.
Yeah, I'll start track prep in the morning. Since fuel prices has got what it's got cost, I don't do no unnecessary work that I ain't got to.
Yeah, correct. It's expensive out there.
But you never know.
So tell us about what's happening this Friday night. I know I've seen you live earlier. I was trying to explain some of that earlier to our listeners. Tell us about qualifying this weekend, and if you don't qualify good enough, you can try it again next.
That's pretty much it. You got 2 opportunities to qualify. If you want to come race with us tomorrow night, you can qualify. I'm going to run a Dash for Cash, Ronald Parker's Racing Engines, Dash for Cash for the top 6 tomorrow night. That don't mean you locked in for next week, unless your time holds, If you feel like you got a good enough time, you can hold that time, or if you feel like you can better it, you got the opportunity to try to requalify next week. But if you requalify and you don't run as fast a time, it's just you take the slow of it too.
I think it's an awesome idea. I hope it works out because I really do like it's something different. It's something that I like it.
I love doing different things, and I love coming up with different ideas, new ideas, and I'm steadily always thinking what to do different. I just like to be different.
It keeps it fresh. It keeps it fresh. It keeps them racers on their heels, honestly.
Yeah, last year or year before last, we did a King of the Hill deal where we took the top 6 or 8 and run them 2 cars at a time. I won't do that again in the near future, but I'm going to do it a little different next time. Last time we only run 1 lap. Next time I do it, I'm going to make it at least 3 laps. And that'll determine our starting order. We won't do it for the Dixie 50, but I will do it again.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that too. I like that. That keeps it where the fans are entertained. I seen a race at Mobile International, and they brung in the big trucks, the big 18-wheeler trucks there, tractor trailers, with just the tractors, and they had raced them one-on-one. They started with the lowest speed guy from the qualifying session, and he got the inside row, and he worked his way through the field and almost won the whole thing. And it was fun for the fans watching the one-on-one race, 2 laps. It was fun for the fans. It was fun for the drivers. I know that for a fact because every race came down to the line, and that's stuff like that. That's fun for everyone.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things I got in my head that I want to try, and doing the shuffle on the top 6 starters. Anybody can throw pills in a jar and draw the top 6 for an invert. But I want to turn it into a challenge. Make them really earn it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I love that idea. So we got this weekend. We got regular racing. We got the qualifying session for your pure streets, and then the following week, the Dixie 50. It is looking to be a huge race, as always. The Dixie 50 every year is just something you got to go watch. Tell us about what's coming up with the Dixie 50.
Time and effort in this race. I really wanted to when I first started putting this race together. I just got tied up on other things and really didn't get to put the effort into it I wanted to. But I think it's going to be a good race. And I got a phone call the other night, and we've already purchased a trophy for the Dixie 50, but I got a phone call the other night, and the guy's building a custom-made trophy, one-of-a-kind trophy, like we've always given out in the Dixie 50s in the past, so I'm kind of proud of that. I was kind of sad thinking that we wouldn't have the one-of-a-kind built custom trophy for it. It looks like we are going to have the one-of-a-kind custom-built trophy for the Dixie 50 this year.
That's awesome. I love those trophies. And if you've never seen them, if you're listening and you've never seen that trophy, every year it's awesome. It's race parts, car parts, and it's all welded together, and it really is unique to that race.
Yes, sir. I think Calvin Cook won the first one, and it was badass trophy. And the car owner that owned the car said, "Man, I sure would like to have a trophy like that." And I said, "Well, this is a one of a kind. We can't really duplicate it. It's just one of a kind." So
right.
I said, it's
awesome.
between you two, who gets it?
Yep.
But that's what makes
and
it
it's always correct. And you know what? The pure streets of Hattiesburg, really, honestly, I go to a lot of tracks, and you won't see better racing than the pure streets at Hattiesburg. Like, these guys, each and every lap are just neck and neck, right side by side, clean racing. It really is a spectacle each and every week that you go to Hattiesburg to see that.
Yeah, I've got a couple of my local guys, some of the younger guys that's not really wanting to even run this race because they feel intimidated. And I've told them, I'm running this race for y'all. Don't feel intimidated because this race is for y'all. And I really hope they do run. I hope they change their mind because I got a lot of confidence in this class. And, at one time, they couldn't hardly get a lap in without a caution. So I moved them to the tail end of the race order for quite a while. And some of them started fussing, man, why don't we run last all the time? I said, well, you burn my night up when I run you early in the night. I said, y'all show me you can put on some good races, and I'll move you up in the running order. But now for the last 4 years, they're the first race of the night. So they've proved themselves.
Yeah, they definitely racing every week. It's really good racing. I mean, that last race, Leslie Brown and Jim French coming around turn 4. Jim French pretty much dominated the entire race until the last 100 feet when Lacey came around and took the win. It's like that almost every week though. The racing is always to the checker flag. I mean, that's one thing that's different from every other track that I go to. These guys put on a show each and every week, and now they get to spotlight their class. Not this Friday, but next Friday, and it's going to be a spotlight for that class there at Hattiesburg. I'm excited.
Yeah, and what I'm proud of is we have a lot of winners from week to week. This year, I think we've run 3 times this year, and we've had 3 different winners. And that happened a lot last year. We had a lot of multiple different winners. And that's testimony to the class on how equal they are as far as their cars and driving ability.
Yep. They are awesome.
And while we own this, I want to click on the factory stock guys. I want to encourage them, don't feel threatened. That our class is more of a class than what y'all's class are, or y'all's class are more than ours, because I feel they're as equal as any 2 classes out there that could be run against one another. To say it is, really don't amount to a hill of beans performance-wise. I just would like, the factory stock guys to realize that they're more than welcome to come run and not feel like they're underclassed by no means.
Yeah, I like that. I wish everybody could really get on the Hattiesburg Pure Street rules and keep it like y'all do it there. I do. I love that class there, and it's different than anybody else. It really is. It's just a different class.
Well, the cars are pretty much equal. We have a few different rule changes, and it's nothing major. Mostly is our cam rules different, and we have let them run a dual master on the brake pedal. But really and truly, that's about the only difference. I think some of the factory stock guys are on a spec shot rule, but we have a $300 shot claim rule, which should make it pretty equal level playing field, because nobody wants to spend no bunch of money on a set of shocks that can be bought for $300.
Yep. I totally agree with that.
County, they pretty much run the same exact rules we're running, and now Deep South is pretty much running the same exact rules we're running. They call their factory stock a Deep South simply because they got what they call a pure stock class, and they didn't want to have a pure stock and a pure street class. The 2 names get confusing to people, so they wanted to be different. But their factory stock at Deep South pretty much the same class as our pure street class. And Outlaws pretty much the same thing as what we run. They run pretty much the same rules we're on. And so And I think Baton Rouge is even close to what we're doing now. So we're all pretty doggone close.
Yeah.
Jackson, they still call theirs factory stock, but I think they did away with that mandatory shot rule, but I'm not 100%, but I think if that's the case, the only difference now is the vacuum rule versus our cam lift rule and the brake pedal assembly. That's really the only two differences I know of.
Yeah, and that don't really make the car go faster. It's more of a safety thing with the brakes and all.
Yeah. Because they a lot of them think because we let them run dual master cylinders, they can adjust the brakes, but you cannot adjust them from inside the cockpit. Once you go on the racetrack, they're non-adjustable. So when you go on the racetrack, you got the adjustment that you got when you roll out on the track. And you could do the same thing with a single master cylinder. You can adjust brake just the same. Just you got to go about it a different way. So anybody that thinks you can't adjust brake pressure on a single master cylinder, they need to look into it because it can be done.
Yep. Definitely. So anything else you want to say about Hattiesburg or the races coming up? I know the Stinger guys have been putting on a pretty good show. I know that's a new class there. And I got a lot of people who was asking me, are the Legends coming back?
Oh, yeah. I had that on my mind. Yeah, we're working on that as we speak right now. They are coming back, and they will be a class at Hattiesburg Speedway.
That sounds great. I like that class. I watched them for years over at Sunny South, and them guys put on a show with those cars. So I'm excited about that.
But, the first night we brought them over, I'd say 9 out of the 10 guys that was out there had never been on dirt in their life. Some of them, the cars had not been out of a garage in 4 to 5 years. They'd been parked in a garage, for that long. So their tires were at least that old. And we made them, we made them look bad. So I told them, before we come back and look any worse, we didn't show the class the potential that I know they can do. So we're trying to get them some tires. Tires is an issue for everything. Other than that, we'd have done and had them back already, but we're having issues getting tires. And,
are they running Hoosiers or are they running American racers?
They can run either one, and ain't neither one of them got no tires. And you can't race cars without tires. So I got another source just yesterday on a whole different tire, and I ordered a set yesterday to see how they're going to be, and if that's the case, we should be all right on tires.
Awesome. That sounds good. That's exciting. I know the fans want to hear that. They like that Legends class. I know a lot of fans were talking about the 600s as well. They enjoy watching those little mini sprints run around that track. I really think that y'all doing a fantastic job there. We've been praying for Mama. I know she's going through a little trial here, but God's got her back, and that's all we can ask for. I personally missed the Outlaw class. I wish we could have got some more cars in that. That was my favorite class at Hattiesburg. At one point, we probably had about a good 15, 16 of them, and then they just started dwindling down a little bit each week. It's a shame that class was really good at one point, and then it just went flat.
Yeah, I had, I never could get the racers to understand that was the cheapest class to race at the racetrack, and they just wouldn't ever buy into it. And I got tired of trying to lead a horse to water and get them to drink it at the same time. So I let them tell me what they wanted to do to make the class better, because I did it for so many years. I was behind it, and I said, all right, I'll give you 3 weeks to do what y'all want to do, and in 3 weeks we didn't even have a class left no more. So that's what a racer dictate a class.
Yep, I agree with that 150%. I mean, it was a really good class. The fans enjoyed it. Fast class. They were just as quick as those late models, and they were fun to watch. But now we got the Stingers there, and the Stingers are putting on a show each and every week. And that's all we can ask for is good racing, and that's what Hattiesburg has all the way around, from the mods to the street stocks to the pures, to the Stingers. These guys are putting on a show every week, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Well, over the winter, I talked to a few people that I discussed my racing issues with, including Ron, and I told him, I told him all this year I'm gonna look at things totally different. You know, I'm not gonna try to compete with other tracks paying big money in this class and that class. I'm not gonna get in no money war with nobody, you know, in none of these classes. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna treat this track just like the economy is today. I'm gonna treat it as economical as we can, and that's one reason I'm looking at the legend cars, because I feel like that's the class that anybody can get in and race in today's time without breaking the bank. And that's one reason I brought the Stingers in. You know, we got revamp racing, because racing is outpricing itself from the top to the bottom. And until we make some changes, it was running into a dead end. I'm just trying to make changes to keep a racetrack open.
Correct. You got to stick with the times. Times are tough right now for everybody. Gas prices are $5 a gallon. It's crazy. It's crazy that we are going through this. We got a war going on overseas, and it's just it's an unknowing time right now. And like you said, it's going to be like that for a little while. So we got to brace with the times and make it happen.
Well, like I told some people a while back, you know, this is the day and time where local racing should shine, because gas prices are so expensive. We don't need these race cars driving from one state to another state or 2 and 3 hours away to go race at racetracks. What we need is local racers racing at local racetracks until we get through this hard time. Because it'll break the bank traveling to try to race every weekend nowadays. You know, it's fine to do it every once in a while, but this could be a blessing in disguise that could help our regular weekly racing program if we allow it.
I agree. Totally agree with that.
Yep.
So, it could work. Now, it could work in the favor, no doubt.
Oh yeah, you got to be positive, you know, about what cards we're dealt. And if we're not, we ain't gonna none make it. And we got to do our own thing, and we got to do what's right for us and the racer all at the same time.
All right, so I got another question for you. Is there any chance that we might see you and Ernie and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but the Parker brothers, Ronald, I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that, but is there any chance we could see y'all three race against each other this season at the track?
That's a possibility. We might could pull it off in some of these legend cars. These legend guys are a super good group of guys. You know, my sons and them, they got their own car, and they're looking at getting another one. Ronald's actually been looking at purchasing him one himself. His son's looking at getting one. I got big expectations for this legend car class. I look for it to be a 20-plus car field before the near future.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know last year I talked to Ernie, and I had mentioned that on the show here about having a Parker race, just Parkers only. The boys going out there and playing around and actually racing against each other. And I told him, I said, I think that would be fun for not only y'all, but for the fans as well. It brings in a little bit of excitement. A few years ago, back when LA 36 was open, the two owners, they had a battle of the owners on the track. And it was very, very, everybody was into it because they were out there and running on the track, and it was just fun to watch. So I would love to see a Parker race sometime this season and watch y'all race against each other one more time.
Some of the most enjoyment times of racing that I can remember was when me and Ronald used to race together, because you'll race your brother or your best friend harder than you'll race anybody else. And, just fun to race. I got the privilege of racing with Brandon one time. It was at Jackson, and we was in modifieds, and I wasn't even concerned with the race. All I was interested in was racing my son. And that, a lot of people don't never get the opportunity to race their dad or their son. I never got to race against my daddy. And I took a lot of pride and privilege into that. And that's the only time we've ever got to race with one another.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome. That's awesome. But I love y'all, and I've been praying for y'all. I've been praying for the whole family, and we're definitely praying for Mama. And I appreciate you calling the show tonight. It was an awesome conversation that we had. And if you want to say any last words, you go ahead, and I'll let you wrap up the show here.
Well, it's like the Eddie Willis and Brian Sample Memorial for this Dixie 50. They both had we all raced together growing up. Me and Eddie raced against one another, and he had a lot of respect for me. I had a lot of respect for him. What a lot of people don't realize is Eddie Willis at one point in time promoted Hattiesburg Speedway. So a lot of people just don't realize the impact of this race being in Eddie Willis's honor and Brian Sample's honor. A lot of history between both of them racing. With myself, like one time Eddie Willis turned the car over on the back straightaway at Hattiesburg Speedway back in the day on the back straightaway, got in the wall and turned it over. The roll cage crushed down on it. Well, Saturday morning he called me. He used to always call me, "Hey, Donald Parker." That's all. Every time he called me, that's what he'd say. "Hey, Donald Parker." And he said, "Can you fix my car?" I said, "Well, bring it to me and we'll see what we can do." He brought it to me Saturday morning. I fixed his car. He went out to Minge Avenue Saturday night, set fast time, and won the race in the same car that he just flipped the night before, and basically was a totaled car. We cut the whole top of the roll cage off, and that Saturday night. That Saturday morning, he raced that Saturday night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then I got one more story about Brian Samples. I was racing a Memorial Day weekend 3-night race still in Alabama. It was a little track we used to run on Friday nights called Baldwin County. It was in Robertsville, Alabama. Went over there and raced Friday night. I won. Stayed the night over there, and then I come back to race the old not LA 36, but LA Raceway in Loxley, the old Loxley track. Got my car totaled front straightaway. Car took me out, put me in a wall, and every car on the racetrack was involved in the wreck. Totaled my car. So we brought it home. We were building Brian Samples a car, and all his car was a body and roll cage. And we had to go back to Robertsville on Monday night to run that Monday night race. Like I said, it was a 3-day race weekend. So we stripped my car and put his car together and went Monday night and raced that car. So we worked all day Sunday building a car basically from the ground up and went and raced it Monday night. That's just a few of the stories among them two right there.
Yeah, that's awesome. It takes a team really. This is a team sport. I mean, every driver out there will help the other driver out to get them back on that racetrack. So that's something that's different than any other sport that you ever play in. You can play basketball or football or whatever, and you're after that other guy. You don't want to help that other guy. And dirt track racing, it's totally opposite. This is a family, and it's really awesome to hear stories like that. You get together and you help each other, and you get back on that racetrack, and that's a great story right there. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
But Eddie never forgot that, and he's probably told 100 people that same story, And I admired Eddie for the respect he had for me, and I respected him just the same.
Yeah, we miss him. We miss him at the track. We miss listening to his voice. We definitely miss him, and I'm glad this race is dedicated to him. He was definitely somebody special and somebody that loved racing.
Well, he won the first Mississippi Street Stock Series race at Hattiesburg Speedway. It was before we got the racetrack.
Oh, wow.
But he won the first Mississippi Street Stock Series race at Hattiesburg. It may not have been called the Mississippi Street Stock Series at the time, but it turned into the Mississippi Street Stock Series. But I'm thinking it was the Mississippi Street Stock Series because it was like the year before I took the track over.
So how long have you had the track? From what year?
We opened the track up and ran it for the first year in 2014.
2014, okay. I know I know you've been there for a long time, and the track is just awesome. I just see so much each and every week that I come out there. It's getting better and better, and it's hard work and dedication by you and your staff there. Always make everybody feel like they're at home, and that's what it's all about.
Well, the last 2 weekends we canceled, mostly because half the people that makes the race happen wasn't going to be there. So, without the personnel there, you can't open. And there's no way I would have wanted to ask Ernie to come flag, or I wouldn't have wanted to been there. My brothers wouldn't want to be there. My mama definitely wasn't going to be there. And I knew my daddy wasn't going to be there. And that's a big part of what makes Hattiesburg Speedway run.
Yep.
Other than price. Everybody named just about is it.
Yeah, correct. I know that. I know that you mostly work on the track by yourself too, so that's all. That's a hard deal when you got to go out there and, like you said, you was out there all day today weed eating. That's a lot in this heat that we have down here in the South. But it's got to be done, and somebody's got to do it. And I know you down there doing it, and I know a lot of people appreciate what you do each and every week. And I know it's a long ordeal for you. And at the end of the day, on Friday, everybody's happy. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting all that work and dedication into that track. We appreciate having a place to race on Friday nights, and Hattiesburg is top of the notch.
Well, I appreciate it, and we enjoy having you at the track. I really hadn't seen you around this year. You might have been there, and I missed you, which that's not hard for me to do, is miss people at the track on Friday nights. But I don't really get to socialize very much on Fridays.
Yep. I've been there twice this year so far, and both times the racing was awesome. So it's hard when my home track is moved to Fridays. I said that earlier in my show. It was a great move for Baton Rouge, but it's not a great move for me because I love both tracks equally, and they both home to me. I can't say that too much about a lot of the other tracks, but I can definitely say Hattiesburg and Baton Rouge has been home from day one of the Southern Dirt Track. Appreciate everything that y'all do, and I really do. I love both tracks, and it's terrible when Friday night I got to decide one or the other because I really don't want to. I'd rather be at both at the same time. Unfortunately, we don't have that time machine yet. And
well, that's what I was talking about earlier. For years, Baton Rouge used to run on Friday nights anyway. And for years, multiple tracks used to run every Saturday night. They didn't skip weekends. They run every Saturday night. And for the most part, all these tracks were pretty successful. And now everybody thinks that, every car in the state of Mississippi has got to race at the same track every night, every weekend. And that's not the case. Every track can have their own local cars and select races, can go run some of these select races and be more meaningful to them.
Yep.
Just that's how you build local racetrack rivals. You don't have enough local racing at a local track anymore to get a good rival going.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, like this whole thing with the local racers, if the local racers would stay at their local racetrack each and every week, I think that would help every track out. You got tracks, you got people driving from Hattiesburg and going to, South Alabama or another track. To me, it doesn't make too much sense to. You live 15 minutes from a track. Why not support that track and not travel to a farther track? That's something I would never understand. But that's the game that they have now these days. So that's something I won't never understand. But it's part of the deal now, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. It's like over the winter, I went up to Jackson. I think around Clinton, somewhere in that area, and I bought a bathroom trailer that I'm getting set up to put in my pits. And I'm going to, as soon as I get around to putting down a septic tank, we're going to have a full bathroom trailer in the pit area instead of a single portalette. But with that being said, I drove up there and picked this trailer up. And it made me think about a racer maybe coming to our track from Jackson. I burned a whole tank of gas after I hooked to this trailer, pulling back to Hattiesburg. And it made me think, I said, golly, man, I got, price of gas now, and it wasn't even $4 a gallon like it is now. I said, it cost a man, nearly 2 tanks of gas pulling down here with a race car and then turn around and pull it back home, or vice versa. A guy from Hattiesburg pulling to Jackson and racing and then having to pull back home. You're looking at 2 tanks of fuel, 1 tank up there, 1 tank back. That gets expensive.
Yeah, it's probably around $75, $100 each way.
I don't know the fix for this. My truck, when it's empty, and I don't have but a 21-gallon tank, between $85 and $95 to fill up. Depends on where I get gas. So I burn a tank of gas each way, and I'm just bumping $200 just in fuel to get to a track and back home.
Yep.
And the only way a track can pay more money to justify the fuel is you got to have more spectators. And it's getting harder and harder to get spectators to a racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, some weeks you go to the track and it's like, where are the local people that you know, why are they not here at these tracks? You know, on a regular weekly racing day. You know, you bring the sprint cars in, sure, they're there. People come out of woodwork, but where are them people at for your normal Friday night race? You know, that's the question that I ask almost every time we go to a track somewhere. I'm like, where are these people at that just came out last weekend? There was, you know, 4,000 people here, and this weekend we got 400. You know, it's weird to me that can even happen.
Like some of our best racing is on our local weekly racing program. We have had some awesome weekly racing programs. And when it's all said and done, that's what we're there for, to put a show on. You know, it ain't just about racing; it's about a show. And you know, we're there to entertain.
Yep.
So
it's entertainment.
It's got to be entertainment that makes people want to come.
Yep, I agree. So.
I had something else I wanted to tell you, and it's left my mind. I don't remember now what I was going to say, but I had something else I wanted to say, but I don't know what it was now.
All right, definitely. We'll get you back on. We'll definitely keep you on the roll, and we appreciate you calling in tonight on the Talking Dirt here on the Southern Dirt Track Report podcast, and I appreciate everything you do over there, like I said before, and we will see you in 2 weeks for the Dixie 50. We will definitely be advertising for you, and we will definitely hope that place is wall to wall in 2 weeks to come see some great pure street racing at Hattiesburg Speedway. Thank you again for calling, and we appreciate it.
I know what I wanted to mention. For this Dixie 50, you know, we rescheduled this race for next weekend. I had no idea that Outlaw had a 3,000 win the following night. But with that being said, that should be a racer's dream weekend, to be able to run two big races for their same class 2 nights back to back on single night shows. Back in the day, we'd kill for that kind of weekend. So with that being said, I would hope a racer would take advantage of that. And, you know, like I said, years ago, we would kill for a weekend like that. And I don't know if they realize how big a weekend that could be for some of them, but it could be huge. And then
that's I didn't even think about that. That's a huge weekend for those guys. We definitely gonna have to push that because that's where it's at right there. 2 big races in one weekend. That's gonna be fun.
And you know what made me think of this is I had a few messages, people private messages me telling me, why did I schedule this race on the same weekend as Outlaw? I didn't do nothing deliberately. But with that being said, it shouldn't be no issue. It should be a plus side instead of a downside. If anybody's any kind of racer at all, they would take all advantage, nothing but full advantage of this. 2 nights of racing, single night races, no 2-night pit passes for 1 night of pay. It's 2 separate nights of racing for good money.
Yep, I agree. That's going to be awesome. I didn't even think about that with the Outlaw running in on Saturday. So that's going to be an awesome weekend, no doubt. So we're definitely have.
I'm tired of hearing all these racers whine and bellyache, talking about, why don't your racetracks all work together? Why don't y'all do this together? Why don't you? We do talk. Racetracks do talk more than racers will ever know. I talk to tech men from one racetrack to another. We know what's going on from one track to another. Racers may not know that, but we do talk.
Yep, definitely. I do know that because, a lot of the scheduling at the beginning of the year. I know that tracks talk to each other, series talks to each other, and, you know, to make sure that they're not double booking on anything. So it works out at the end of the day. And that's about it from me. Call this show a night. I thank you so much, Mr. Parker, for calling us in. I appreciate the conversation we had tonight. We don't get to talk too much, but this was great.
Out there. Deep South's running the Forever 5100 race later this month. And one reason I scheduled this race for this weekend is because it's their off weekend, and a bunch of those guys are planning to come over here and race with us. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yep. That's going to be good. I'm sure the car count will be great for this weekend and next weekend for them pure streets, no doubt. So
I'll let you run that. I could talk all night long once I started. You just have to shut me up. But you know what? That ain't no different than you. I've listened to you before, and you've been up for 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I love talking racing, and, you know, we don't have any more guests tonight, so it worked out perfect how you called, and we got to be able to talk and really spend a little time talking to each other about racing. That's what it's all about here on the podcast. This thing is listened to by thousands, and it's awesome to hear the stories that you told tonight, and I appreciate the call, and we will definitely get you back on and talk some more racing one night. But we will see you in 2 weeks at the Dixie 50. It's going to be exciting, and we'll see you then, and we'll be praying for Mama.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. That is Donald Parker. That's Hattiesburg Speedway's own.
Wide open when the lights turn green. Yeah, buddy, that's a dirt track thing. Throwing mud, but it looks so clean. Yeah, buddy, that's a dirt track thing. 3/8 to the little bull ring. Yeah, buddy, that's a dirt track thing. Waffle House was a dirt track queen. Yeah, now that's a dirt track thing. Roll through the pit gate, pit past paved. Bubba done called, said he got a spot saved. Lil Dave said that he drew a 35. Probably gonna put him third row inside. Hey, it's still sloppy on the bottom. Hit him on the high side, I guarantee you got him. I'm like